Busy. I went ahead and cut the bag mount off of there, cut the bag mount off of there. I'm in the process of grinding everything down in order to be able to make it look clean. I don't want to just cut it off and have freaking metal just hanging out there. So I've got this extra right here. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of that and grind it and cut off. That's all I'm using. I tried using the Sawzall, but it just don't like that. So I've been using the grinder or the cutoff wheel with a grinding wheel behind it. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now. In case you guys are wondering, the 3-inch bushings came in as of, what was it? I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday they came in. So we have these. Those are perfect to fit. I even got the metal sleeves. So now I need to go and pick up the bolt. I got my steel for the cross members, 1/2x4 solid steel. And I'm going to use sections of that for the pieces that go from one side to the other of the frame. And then I'll put gussets in to reinforce it underneath. I'll tell you what, this plus that, man, that makes a good drink. It helps your hands hold on to this crap while you're grinding everything off. Got all the old stuff off of this side. Now I just need to get this side grinded the rest of the way down. Yep. Grade 8 bolts is what you need. I got my grade 8 bolts. That's for the pan hard bar. I've got the other ones for the 2-link. What else did I get? I got some dark thread cutting oil and another 7/16 drill bit because mine's wore out. Got me some blue dice. These are not going on our truck. This one's a little bit newer. It'll end up, I got a set out there on the golf cart, and then this set will end up going on the Mazda. Man, my hands are tired, but I'm gonna get it done. I need to get that grinded off this side. Then I can go ahead and get the rear axle mounted back up and start positioning where I want the bags and get the bag mounts fabricated and welded on. I'm hoping to get that done tonight. That way the rear end is set and done, and I can go ahead and start setting up the pan hard bar, because that would be a big issue with the rear end, getting that done, because then all I got to do is the cross members. And I can concentrate on the cross members one weekend with that and the floor and knock that out in one weekend. So that's 2 weekends there. Readjust the front end. That'd be the 3rd weekend, including maybe doing some wiring and getting some of the rear done. And when I say the rear, that's mounting the air tank and the compressors up in the rear. So yeah, coming along. Let me get some more of this stuff done. It's what, 5 o'clock Saturday evening. I've got till almost noon tomorrow to get stuff done. So let's see what all I can get done. with that. Man, my freaking finger was starting to get hot. I don't know if you can see that. It was starting to melt through. Cheers. What you got?
I got metal off the ground. There's a bunch right here too. Watch it. So much.
Go ahead, get some more.
Here,
All right. Well, meanwhile you're doing that, I'm going to show them what I did. I got this on there now. That way I can make some measurements. I can make sure that the axle is centered. Got to measure now. The shocks are still on there, which they actually work. They're not at the desired angle, but they're as far forward as they're going to go because the bag is going to end up going right here. I mean, almost as close to the tire as I can possibly get it. She loves that. It's so hairy.
Hairiness.
So now I'm going to get a bag and put it over here and start figuring out where it goes. But I'm going to jack this all the way up, because all the way up, and then I'm going to measure about 3 to 3.5 inches between where I want the top bag mount and where the bar is. That way I get the bag up as high as possible, the upper bag mount up as high as possible, and squished all the way to compression with it almost against the C-notch here. And that's where I'll have the bag slide in there, because the bag compressed is about 3 to 3.5 inches tall. All right, years ago, I used to use my feet and stand on it and then put a plug on it. But this is a good way. You got to try to get all the air out of it as much as possible. That way it's almost fully compressed. Then you can come over here. Well, actually, what I'll do is turn this upside down, and we'll go ahead and we'll put one of these bolts in here. And the reason I'm putting one of these bolts in here is so I can kind of try to figure out whereabouts this is going to go here. You see, your bolt, you want your bottom bolt outside of your link bar, just barely, just as close to it as possible that you can get outside of that bar. Otherwise, you'll have to drill a hole through the bar and drill a hole on the bottom to access that. Oh, and if you guys are seeing that, I'm gonna fill these in a little bit once I get the welder out. So anyway, this is what I'm looking at right here. I'm looking at trying to get this just about as close to the tire as possible, and making sure that it's not, the other tires are 18, so they're actually going to be smaller than this, so it'll end up being about an inch to an inch and a half farther away than these 20s are. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, because that puts it right close to the shock, puts it right here, and then that's a nice even straight across. That bag mount, that upper bag mount will be right there on that hump up, where before it was right here. Okay, now it doesn't want to focus. There we go. It was right here with that bag mount right at the top edge. So all we're going to do is we're going to slide it back almost a foot, right out a foot back, which I really like that, because it's going to have a smoother stroke up and down. It's not going to be picking it up way too hard, and most of all, it's not going to be putting so much pressure on the rear over here. It'll be picking up mostly the axle rather than putting too much pressure on the link end right here. So now hopefully I might be able to do this in the morning, because it is Saturday night and we're gonna be making some street tacos. It's 7 o'clock. My wife will be getting off work like right now, so we're gonna go ahead and go inside and make some street tacos, right? What are you doing? Hang on. What are you doing? You having too much fun with that?
Wait. And then you flip it over?
Oh.
I got spiky hairs on my hand.
All right.
Spoke.
Alright, I got the avocados going. Tomatoes, onions. Got the beans. What are you doing?
Freeze.
There's the rice.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah. It's almost done.
I'm excited.
You are?
Yeah. Oh, let me grab my stick. Come on,
Here, come on. Let's go look at the outside. Hey, yeah. I got to talk because the music's on. I don't want to get any copyright. Got the fire going. Look at that. It's a half a barrel. You drill the holes around the bottom and it'll just burn real nice. Got over here. You won't be able to see them real good. I got the stakes on. And then I put this light here because Gina's going to be coming pretty soon. I don't want her to run into the grill because she's got it around the corner right here. All right. Oh, it's just about on.
So it's ready?
Yeah.
And I'm going chop, chop, chop.
Saturday morning, trying to work on this. Remember I had that metal that's left over from a long time ago. So here I am again. I'm making the upper bag plate. I still have all of my old templates. You remember these? I still have these templates, so I was able to make a nice big circle that I needed right there like that. Line that out and then cut them off piece by piece with my angle grinder. The cutoff wheel and the grinder wheel right there. So now I'm gonna cut this off where I want it, get that off, and then I need to make one more just like this one, and then two more that are a half an inch smaller. Well, actually about 2 inches smaller, 2.5 inches shorter than these ones for the bottom plate. Because I've got the bottom plate that goes on the bar and then the top plate that'll mount to that. And then I'll have to make a couple of gussets coming down for the top so that it doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm still doing it the old-fashioned way rather than ordering them. I could order them, but I mean, I've got this metal already, so I might as well go ahead and use it. And always, always thank your family for being patient with you. That's it. Measure it out and get it on there, and then just start freaking cutting again. There it is. That's still recording? Yeah, 7 minutes. There we go. There's both of them. And pretty much rounded out. These ones are the upper bag mounts. So the way I'm going to mount it, I'm going to mount it in. Let's look at the bag. The bag right here, normally your bag mounts come made like this. But because I want the airline, this is where the airport is. That's where airplanes land. I'm going to turn it around like this because I want my port on the inside. So when I do this, I'm going to end up doing it like that. That way it's on the inside. And I've got this to where it is basically about a 1/2 inch wider than the bag. Man, this bag is old. Look at those cracks. But you've got the a 1/2 inch on both sides. What I plan on doing, because I'm putting it so close to the wheel over there, is I'm going to make a piece of sheet metal that'll wrap around the outside of it. I'm going to make one of these. The top plate, I think, is going to be slightly bigger than the bottom plate. So the bottom plate will be inside. That way I can put a sheet on the top around the outside of it, and then on the bottom around the outside of it, and the bottom will go up into the top one. So the top one will be on the outside, the bottom will be on the inside, and they'll come together. That way the bag will pretty much be protected almost the whole stroke of when it's moving. So I'm just trying to get that protected as much as I can. I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes on these. I got to get 2 more of these cut for the bottom. It was Home Depot for $29. I think you get 15 blades. And I'm going to tell you what, they were not worth it. I got these from Harbor Freight. Yeah. You get 10 for a pack for $10. And I have made this cut all the way around this one, cut all the little pieces off. You see all my pieces there. I cut this one out, that one out, this whole one right here out, and I trimmed the rest of the smaller pieces off both sides on this with that one blade. I am absolutely impressed with these. Like I said, $10. You need to go and start using these. My budget friendly friends, go and get these. This thing, they are just freaking awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not getting sponsored. I'm just saying, those are worth their money. Not to mention, I'm using a $30 grinder, angle grinder from Walmart. They sell the Black & Decker. This one's older than that one. This is the Skill for $30. That's the Black & Decker for $30. I mean, they work for a long time. And I don't even remember when I bought those. You guys remember when I bought those? I've had them for years. So I'm just waiting for them to give out right in the middle of a cut, and then I'm going to have to go to the store and get another one. But anyway, let me get back to this crap. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. That. Now, one thing I'm going to make sure of is that I can get that bolt that's on the bottom side on and off. I don't want it all the way up against the bar. If I put it all the way up against the bar, then you're not getting your bolt on and off very easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the wrench and I'm going to put it on the bolt. That way it's spaced enough for a socket to get onto it, and it allows it to spin. Make sure this is straight. one side, and I can take that off of the ground. Don't want to fry my ground. There we go. Now I go ahead and take everything off of the bag so I can get the bag out of there. And now that's fairly solid. You want to go ahead and turn and press stop on that? All right, I'm gonna have to end it right here because I am tired and I gotta go back to work. So I got this side welded in. My welds are looking okay this time. They're looking a whole lot better than they did up there. Of course, I mean, I've still got a lot of slag, but I walked it a little bit here and there and got it welded in. They're not the best, but hell, I'm not a professional. There's a weld on that side. So I'm happy with it. All I got to do, I still have to do the gussets. Still got to put in gussets right here and on this side, straight up and down like that on both sides. That way it doesn't flex up. But now the bag mounts are done. I can go ahead and start building the cross members and getting the tank fitted in. I'm going to try to start on that next weekend once I build the cross members, of course, like I said before. And then I'll be able to go ahead and fill this in. I want to be able to have that room to be able to look at it from the top to get it in there just the way it needs to. So thank you for watching this weekend. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, you are amazing, because this is like one of the longest videos I think I've ever had. And I edited some of this out. So if you haven't pressed subscribe, press subscribe. Got a lot more coming. Like I said, we've got that list. We'll go back over that here midweek, trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing next weekend. And hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, EarthScraper69. Twitter and Tumblr are there, but they basically just get pictures. So, and then Facebook, Lawrence Falcon Duarte. You can find me on there. All right, everybody, go build something.